All right. Welcome, everybody, to Monday Night Raw. It is the Raw after WrestleMania. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate each and every single one of you, as always. It is gonna be an exciting night filled with all kinds of surprises. You never know who's gonna show up, but there are a couple people we do know for sure is going to show up. That being the new undisputed WWE champion, John Cena. What words will John Cena have as he addresses what transpired in the main event on night 2 of WrestleMania 41? That was just less than 24 hours ago that John Cena defeated the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, to become the new undisputed champion. And there are a couple other people that are going to be in the house, and that being Seth freaking Rollins and Paul Heyman. This is an alliance that sent shockwaves through the entire industry. I never thought I'd see the day that Seth Rollins would become a Paul Heyman guy. But Rollins is holding up his track record pretty well for stabbing people in the back. Rollins defeating Roman Reigns and CM Punk in the main event on night 1 of WrestleMania 41. That was on Saturday to close out the big first night of the Showcase of Immortals in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. We are just 8 minutes away from Monday Night Raw. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. Next time, I will be live on Twitch, and YouTube should be Wednesday for a special birthday stream. We are just 7 minutes away from the Raw after WrestleMania. Anything is truly. You were at night 1. Welcome on in, Tight Spot. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming through. That's pretty sick that you were at night 1. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope, brother. I hope you had a good time. WrestleMania was a fun show this year. I think some of us just have way too high expectations, and not everybody's expectations were met. But overall, WrestleMania served its purpose. Those who won should have won. I mean, and some people's from some perspectives, and in the others, not so the same. I mean, there were some decisions that could have been different, but overall, WrestleMania week was a great success, and it's still not over. The Raw after WrestleMania coming up in 6 minutes is still part of WrestleMania week. Yeah, it was insane. I had a grand time. I guessed most of the matches right. Yeah, it was a solid show. It was what it needed to be. Also, I've got my special card cufflinks. My special. Oh, that's shiny. Ow. I want to see if I can show it. Got my special cuff. I have my special cufflinks on tonight. I meant to wear them last night and on Saturday, but I didn't. I had Liv and El Grande Americana wrong. I also said Rhea. Yeah, there are a lot of things I was expecting differently. Well, I appreciate you, Tight Spot. I appreciate you. I'm glad to hear you had a grand time at WrestleMania. I had a grand time over here on Twitch and YouTube calling all the matches. In fact, the stream stays up on YouTube. The clusterfuck was epic. Wait. What did I miss? What do you mean the clusterfuck? What are we talking about? Because I watched the whole both nights of WrestleMania. Is there something that I missed? Oh. Oh, I forget that there's what. Man, if I had enough time in the world, if only I had enough time in the world to watch all wrestling. I never have, and there's never enough time. I'm always from one thing to the next, but I totally forgot about that. All on Triller. I don't have Triller. I know I will have to. I did see the clip, though. I did see the -1 clip, I must say. I did see Brody Lee Jr. get a victory. So I can't say I didn't see. Can't say I did not see it because I did see some highlights on X. So I do know what happened. And we are just 3 minutes away from the Raw after WrestleMania. This is where dreams become reality. This is where everything sets in. We're post WrestleMania. Oh. All right. There we go. All right, we're getting down to it. 2 minutes to go. Also, the new World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso will be in the house. What's on the plate of Jey Uso? Jey Uso's become public enemy #1 on Monday Night Raw. Jey Uso's never been a big target like he is gonna become now as the World Heavyweight Champion, except for his time spent in the Bloodline, when the Bloodline as a collective unit was being hunted by anyone who wanted Roman Reigns' undisputed WWE Championship / when he was just Universal Champion. But Jey Uso's gonna have a lot on his plate, and it's gonna be very interesting to see how much of a main event he truly is. Can he hold up his own weight? You went to WrestleCon yesterday? Oh, that's awesome. I had some friends that went to WrestleCon. I believe. I think it was WrestleCon. I have no clue. I just know I had a friend that was at one of those things. I don't know. Met Daddies and the pimpest of pimp daddies. That is pretty dope. We are just under a minute away from what is sure to be an epic night in Las Vegas. And this is just the beginning of the result of following WrestleMania. Let's not forget, we have a new Intercontinental Champion, Dominic Mysterio. And I never expected in any lifetime for Dominic Mysterio to get the cheers at any point the way he got cheered in Las Vegas in Allegiant Stadium. Of course, we were still in Las Vegas, but I mean, when we were in Allegiant Stadium, how will the crowd fare tonight? As Raw starts now. Yeah, I know who you meant. I met the Godfather. I actually worked with the Godfather once. Not in the ring. For like MCW. I worked with him once. I don't think I've worked with Rikishi yet. Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada. We are live from the sold out T-Mobile Arena for Monday Night Raw. It is the Raw after WrestleMania, and it is presented to you by Snickers. Snickers satisfies you're not you when you're hungry. Let's take a look at what happened over this past weekend for WrestleMania, which has taken over Las Vegas. Jey Uso forced Gunther to tap out. It's still Tiffy time. WWE also announcing the official acquirement. I guess that's the term for it, if you will. WWE has acquired AAA. We have a new Intercontinental Champion in Dominic Mysterio. Today's 124,693 total. We had the Hall of Fame and everything. New World Tag Team Champions, a new United States Champion. Logan Paul got a huge victory over the Phenomenal One. And we saw the man, Becky Lynch, and a return that was emotional for fans watching. And Joe Hendry would be the surprise answering Randy Orton's open challenge. So much action. Io Sky would retain the Women's World Championship. Paul Heyman turned, double-crossed both CM Punk, and then would proceed to double cross Roman Reigns and would side with Seth Rollins. And it was about leading WWE in the next generation. Cody Rhodes, John Cena. And then would come Travis Scott. What a weekend it was. And here comes Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman stabbing both Roman Reigns and CM Punk. This is so weird to see Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman arrive together. Things are surely about to change. And we have new women's tag team champions, but Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez already invoking their rematch as they challenge for the women's tag team titles. And speaking of Liv and Raquel of the Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio is going to defend his newly won Intercontinental Championship against another competitor who was part of the Intercontinental title Fatal 4-Way, and that is the hottest rising star, Penta. And the new World Heavyweight Champion, the Heavy Yeet Champion himself, Main Event Jey Uso. And there's all kinds of chaos that can happen. John Cena with a record 17th World Championship. Cena is now the most decorated world champion in WWE history. John Cena truly has put himself in GOAT status. And, you could look at how John Cena did it, but at the end of the day, it's the fact that John Cena has done it, because the record books will show Cena at 17. It will show John Cena at the top of the leaderboard at the end of the day. Cena holds more world championships than anybody in WWE history. Cena, who broke the Nature Boy Ric Flair's 16-time record that Ric Flair held for a very long time. That record now belongs to John Cena. Punk or Cena summoning the ring announcer, almost like punking him around. A very split crowd here in Vegas. And John Cena has a prepared statement that he's given to the ring announcer. The delivery was much better that time. Wasn't cold. About as cold as John Cena's heart these days.
Works. You, sir, is that the way you treat your wife? No, it's not. As a parent, is that the way you're going to treat a kid? No, it's not. That's not how a functional relationship works. Just because you show up in a good mood, I can still tell you to go straight to hell. Every damn one of you owes me an apology, and you don't have the courage to do it. Oh yeah, great. Make the noise. This has forever been the show that you hijacked Monday Night Raw. Isn't that right? Yeah. You're here for all of WrestleMania, and this is a sacred ticket so you can show up and take control. Isn't that right? Wow, you guys have gone soft.
An olive branch from the WWE Universe.
How convenient is it that the WWE Universe now apologizing to John Cena?
For those trying to make that out at home, that chant is "We aren't sorry." Let me just do a quick once-over. Yep, that's an arena full of the sorriest lowlifes I've ever seen. You are sorry. Each and every one of you is sorry. And here's the best part. You don't mean anything to me.
Quite the chance from the WWE Universe.
I may be an anus, but you are a group of idiots. For 25 years, you have called me so much worse. I have taken your best shot and always got back up. What makes you think you're going to be the crowd to crack me right here, right now, huh? Huh? Ah, go ahead. You mean nothing to me. Your noise means nothing to me. The only thing that means anything to all of our lives is that. "36 dates. I told you at the beginning of the year, 36 dates and I'm gone. Time passes, guys. Time passes so quickly, we have no idea. Let's count down the time you've already lost. Netflix debut, Indianapolis, Toronto, London, Brussels, Glasgow, Las Vegas, Las Vegas, Las Vegas. 27 dates. Not matches, not matches, appearances. Yeah. Yeah. You say I can't wrestle, I don't have to. I just have to show up and do this. When that hits 0, the professional wrestling timeline stops cold. I am not stupid like you. I know there will be another Monday Night Raw. I know you will decide another champion, but the title held by Bruno Sammartino, the title held by Roman Reigns for over 1,000 days, the title taken from me in Chicago by CM Punk, the title held by Triple H The Game, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, and Stone Cold Steve Austin comes home with me. I am the last real undisputed champion of the WWE. And getting this was the hard part. The rest is a cakewalk. All I have to do is keep playing you like the puppets that you are. The best chance you guys had to save yourselves was Cody Rhodes. You heartless bastards. You boo him on Friday, and then you cheer him on Friday, and then you boo him on Sunday. And I say his name, and the man that we all put on our shoulders last year because he finished his story now disgusts you. That's what's wrong with this. And that's why last night Cody Rhodes was outshined, outclassed, out-wrestled, and flat out destroyed. It's time for you to take a bold look in the mirror. And here's the truth. There is no one in the WWE with the strength, the speed, the wisdom, or the ruthless aggression of John Cena. But unlike you, I have a heart. And I I would like to do something nice for you right now. Get out your cameras, please. You're going to want to remember this moment. Make sure to get a great picture, because the last real champ is
Oh my God. And an RKO! I think Randy Orton wants the WWE Championship.
Cena wanted a photo. Randy heard some voices in his head. In 3 letters, change this Monday Night Raw and put it on its head.
Randy Orton looking to become a 15-time champion.
Well, I guess Randy Orton does not believe that John Cena is the last.
Randy Orton doesn't believe in John Cena being the last real world champion. Randy Orton believes
Last night with his 17th world title,
that
but there is a man not too far behind.
Randy Orton is a man who's not too far behind at 14.
Championships in his career.
And
Sent a stunning
he just sent a huge message to John Cena that he wants the gold and he's going to come for it.
Still walking around here.
Randy Orton having to remind everybody just exactly who he is. These two have so much rich history going all the way back to SummerSlam 2007. And even before that, both of these men from the 2002 graduating class of OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, that was the developmental for WWE at the time, going back 23 years ago. And now tonight on the Raw after WrestleMania, Randy Orton has made his intentions clear. He is coming for the undisputed WWE Championship. He is coming for John Cena. It'll be very intriguing to see how it all plays out between Randy Orton and John Cena. It used to be John Cena always on the good guy side of things and Randy Orton always the bad guy. But it's crazy how things can change. Let's take a look at what happened this past Saturday when Bayley would be attacked backstage and Lyra would have to find a new tag team partner. And would shock the world when it was the man Becky Lynch who would return to team with Lyra Valkyria in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. Becky Lynch, who had been waiting to get her hands on her arch nemesis, Liv Morgan, a manhandle slam for the 1-2-3, and Becky Lynch picking up the victory. And Lyra Valkyria is now Lyra 2 belts, the Women's Intercontinental and one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions. And Mark seems to be still caught up a little bit after that huge intimidation, being forced to redo Cena's intro. And coming up next on Netflix, this match is presented by Total Wireless. Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria will defend their newly won women's tag team titles against the former champions, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. WWE coming to LA on Saturday, June 7th. Worlds collide. WWE's recent acquisition of AAA and WWE's NXT, where the worlds collide for a show earlier in the afternoon. And then later that night, it'll be where opportunities come to fruition, where the Money in the Bank briefcase gets suspended for an opportunity for the world championship of their choosing, anytime, any place. Money in the Bank coming up on June 7th. And we've got all kinds of celebrities. Rana Dugabadi. We just saw Fluffy. And the boys for the Pat McAfee show are in the house. The boys are in Vegas. We've got some NXT stars, Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan. And here come the women's tag team champions. Lyra, she's a double champion. Lyra, the current holder of the Women's Intercontinental Champion, the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion, as well as one half of the new Women's Tag Team Champions. But will that be the case as Liv and Raquel of the Judgment Day have invoked their rematch clause just under 24 hours after losing them? It's almost like they're having a little bit of separation anxiety from the championships they lost last night. Not wasting any time to get them back. You gotta think, if Raquel and Liv win, would you consider the win of Becky and Lyra a fluke only because Liv and Raquel weren't prepared for who Lyra was going to find as her mystery partner? And Becky and Lyra hand their tag titles over to the official Chad Patton. And let's not forget what happened prior to Becky leaving and taking her hiatus. And it was Becky who had her issues with Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan doesn't waste any time going after Lynch, stomping away. The last thing Liv wants to do is get herself disqualified. Oh, what a knee to Lynch in the corner. And Morgan with a drop kick to Becky. And Becky goes for the cover, but kicks out at 2. Liv Morgan staying on the attack of Becky Lynch. What a shot to the midsection of Lynch. But it's Lynch who fights back. These two trading blows in the center of the ring, back and forth. So much history between these two. Becky, a 7-time women's champion. And the tag has been made. The Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria, now the legal woman in this match. Alongside, of course, Liv Morgan, as Becky and Lyra working to keep Liv isolated from her tag team partner, Raquel Rodriguez, who is the muscle of that group. Oh, what a kick to the midsection. Beautiful combination there from Lyra Valkyria. Meanwhile, Raquel trying to get involved. Springs up. And a crossbody taking out Morgan. And a spinning heel kick from Lyra takes out Raquel Rodriguez. And it's Lyra who's all fired up here on Monday Night Raw. And now it's Lyra and Lynch. Double team, baseball slide, taking out Raquel Rodriguez. And Liv Morgan as Lyra and Becky are in control. the Raw after WrestleMania live on Netflix. It is Lyra Valkyria and Raquel Rodriguez currently inside the ring. Lyra Valkyria with a nice enziguri to stop the momentum of Raquel. Can Lyra make the tag to Becky Lynch? A much needed tag for Lyra in this situation. And Raquel trying to prevent Lyra from making the tag. The only thing it did was slow it down, as Lynch is the legal woman, the man, Becky Lynch. And so is Liv Morgan, as Raquel was able to get the tag to Liv. It's been almost a year since we've last seen Becky Lynch. And Raquel ran into her own partner as Becky Lynch sidestepped. And now it's Lynch looking for that patented Bex Sploder suplex to Liv Morgan as she pulls the leg back for the cover. But it's Liv Morgan who kicks at it too. Becky Lynch thinking she had it won, but just not quite enough to keep down Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan, a former two-time women's world champion. Meanwhile, Becky was looking for that manhandle slam, a counter for counter. Knocking Raquel on the apron. Double knees. Oh, went for the Oblivion, but Becky Lynch caught Liv. And down goes Liv. Oh, and a near fall. Rather, Raquel Rodriguez breaking the pinfall after a manhandle slam that countered the Oblivion. And it was seemingly over, but it'd be Raquel who would save the day. Becky creating some space as Raquel was going after Lynch. Meanwhile, Raquel got the big boot up. Becky Lynch preventing that corkscrew from Raquel that we usually see from her arsenal. And Lyra making the tag. And the tag team champions looking to work together, but the power of Raquel and Liv Morgan with a springboard into a sunset flip bomb takes down Becky Lynch. And now Lyra gets caught. She was looking for a Hurricane Rana off the top, but Raquel holding on. Uh-oh. This is a long ride to the mat. That's got to do it. Oh, but Lyra kicks out at 2.5. A very close call. And you just saw that power bomb first by Liv to Becky, and then a huge power bomb by Raquel to Lyra, as Raquel was able to get the arm over, but still fight left in Lyra. This match is all about the Women's Tag Team Championship. It is our opening contest on the Raw after Mania. Raw opened up with the 17-time world champion, the brand new 17-time WWE champion, that is John Cena. And now we have a rematch from WrestleMania last night after Becky Lynch made a surprise return to be the new tag team partner for Lyra after somebody, quote unquote, somebody had attacked Bayley, who was the initial tag team partner of Lyra, backstage on Saturday, giving Lyra just less than 24 hours to find a new tag team partner. Meanwhile, Lyra has Raquel on her shoulders and the Nightwing. But it's Liv Morgan who places the boot of Raquel on the bottom rope. And Becky Lynch just Luthez presses Liv on the outside. Absolutely nailing. Oh, was looking for the manhandle slam, but it's Raquel, or rather Liv, who sent Becky into the post. And it's Lyra who's measuring up Raquel inside the ring as she heads up to the top. Nobody home. The knee. And a big boot. That's got to do it. Oh! But Lyra stays alive. Lyra not looking to lose the women's tag team titles just less than 24 hours after winning them. And now a tag team combo as Raquel going to use Liv's body, but Lyra got the knees up to the spine of Morgan. And it's Lyra who ducked, dumping Raquel to the outside onto the floor. And it's Liv who went for that oblivion, but to no prevail. And an enziguri from Valkyria. And Lyra has Liv up on her shoulders. And Raquel trying to save her partner. And pushing Becky back. And a forearm. Oh, but ran right into Lynch. And it's Morgan. And oblivion. That's gotta do it. And now 4-time champs. What a match. And for the 4th time, Liv and Raquel are tag team champions. And you gotta wonder, this isn't over between Becky and Liv, right? After everything, Becky waited almost a year to come back so she could get her hands on Liv Morgan. And for it to only last one night before Liv and Raquel would win the titles back. This is not going to be over just quite like that. You can see the disappointment in Becky and Lyra. It isn't quite the way they wanted it to go. A very short women's tag title reign. Oh! Becky Lynch attacking Lyra Valkyria. I am speechless. Becky Lynch just took all of her frustration out on Lyra for costing them the tag team titles. Just less than oh, and Becky Lynch isn't done. She's going right back after Lyra. Becky Lynch taking all of her frustration out on Lyra Valkyria. I think I might have heard Becky just call Lyra an idiot. Is Becky about to go back for more? And Lyra's defenseless. She already suffered an oblivion. And now she suffers a manhandle slam. But Becky Lynch is not done yet. Becky Lynch, another manhandle slam. Leaving Lyra Valkyria lying there, lifeless, in cold blood. And you heard it. They want one more time. This indecisive crowd here in Las Vegas. Hijacking WrestleMania. Hijacking the Raw after WrestleMania. And Becky Lynch with a third manhandle slam. Once upon a time, Becky Lynch was serving as a mentor to Lyra Valkyria. And just 24 hours after coming back and making a return to in-ring competition, Becky Lynch stabbing Lyra Valkyria in the back. Taking a look at this triple threat match from Saturday. It was Punk who nailed Rollins with a GTS. Then Punk got speared by Roman, but Rollins would use his last bit of instinct to nail Roman with a stomp. And then the chair. Paul would look at Roman and hand the chair to Punk. But here's what nobody expected, and that was Paul low blowing and betraying CM Punk. And then you heard Paul Heyman say, "He's my tribal chief," and then bowing to Roman, telling him to do it and finish this. And it seemed that Paul Heyman had returned to his original tribal chief. Just like the days of the Shield when Rollins turned on Roman. But Roman would be betrayed again. And we'll get more on that story later for you tonight, but look at the New Day. This story is this. The New Day defeating Eric and Ivar, the War Raiders, to become new tag team champions. Karrion Kross with a smirk on his face, seeing this new dark side of the New Day. And there's still so much more to come on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. WrestleMania 41 was the most socially viewed WrestleMania of all time, generating 1.1 billion social views across all social platforms. That is the WWE fact of the night. That's a lot of people. Kofi Kingston is wearing a thick ass jacket and it is like nearly 100 degrees here in Las Vegas. I cannot imagine. He is wearing a literal sauna around him. And tonight's Raw presented to you by Minute Maid. Bring the juice. What's next for the New Day? They've won the World Tag titles they've won Tag Team Gold for the 12th time.
We are your new WWE World Tag Team Champions. So get down on your knees before us. Raise your hands to the sky and scream out in unison. Thank God for the new day. There is no tag team, alive or dead, that is better than your boys, the New Day. You said we couldn't beat the War Raiders. And we did. They certainly did.
They definitely did, in fact, beat the War Raiders. But look at this. Here comes Alpha Academy. Minute Man. Minute Man. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Minute Man. So we're gonna about to have an impromptu tag team match, tag team title match. It seems we're about to have an impromptu tag team match, but the lights just went out. Oh my word. It was only a matter of time. Look who's back. It's Rusev. He looks more monstrous than the last time we saw him. I didn't even know that was possible. And Rusev marches down. Rusev getting an incredible response. It's been over 5 years since we've last seen him. And scaring off the tag team champions. And Rusev going right after Otis and Tozawa. And Tozawa from behind. But yeah, that didn't quite work out. And Rusev tossing Tozawa. And now it's the two meaty men. Rusev just nails Otis. Boom! What a pop up pump. Super kick. Nailing Otis. And now it's Rusev going after the spine of Otis. And Rusev has got the Accolade locked in deep. Rusev putting away Otis. And a man who has just put the WWE on notice as Rusev is back in better shape than he's ever been in. Rusev is back and he is better than ever. I would hate to be in the path of Rusev. I have no idea how Carlito is actually walking right now. I'm actually quite amazed that Carlito is as put together as he is right now. And tomorrow, NXT is going to still be in Las Vegas. And here is the woman who is still the women's world champion. Io Sky with an incredible performance last night where she would retain her women's world championship against Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair, who has a WrestleMania main event as on her resume, and Rhea Ripley, who's gone the distance and defeated Charlotte Flair when Charlotte Flair was at her best. Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair falling short to Io Sky as Io Sky proves she should have never been overlooked. And Io Sky on Raw when we come back. It has been incredible in Las Vegas. 2 sellout crowds over both nights of WrestleMania with a combined total of 124,693 fans in attendance. And here's our women's world champion, Io Sky.
Last night was the best night of my career. I am over the moon because I beat best there is. That means I am the best. Rhea Ripley tried to forget me. Thank you. Two of the best. Rhea Ripley tried to forget me. Bianca Belair tried to forget me. But now, all of you never forget me.
We'll never forget you, Io.
We can't forget you, Io, especially after that incredible performance last night.
世界のトップに輝いたぞ。Because I am the genius of the sky. I am Io Sky, and I am the Women's World Champion!
Oh!
The surprises keep on coming.
Look who just showed up.
Is that?
That's Stephanie McCoy,
It is the NXT.
the NXT Women's Champion.
Stephanie McCoy is here.
Stephanie McCoy
Defended her championship in a tremendous fatal four-way matchup at NXT Stand and Deliver.
NXT Stand and Deliver. She had an incredible
Jada Parker,
title defense in a fatal 4-way,
Jordan, a Chilean badass
but nonetheless,
taking the wrestling world by storm.
you can see her still with that NXT championship.
NXT Women's title and NXT North American Women's title at the same time.
Io, congratulations. Omedeto, felicidades. I'd like introduce myself. I am the NXT Women's Champion, la primera Stephanie McCoy. And I want to come out here to show you respect. Io, you are amazing. I come here to show you respect. You're right. You are the best. But ahora yo estoy aquí y yo soy la mejor. I want to fight with the best of the best.
You want to face me? I accept. What about right here, right now?
What? Let's
No way.
Hold on, ladies. Hold on. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second.
Pierce.
Ah,
I understand you want the match. I just want to make sure. Las Vegas, do you want the match?
Yeah.
What the hell? I want the match too. Io Sky, Stephanie Vaquer, and it starts right now.
Oh, what an amazing night this is.
what a night this is shaping up to be.
WrestleMania.
But Adam Pierce coming through.
Adam
Officially,
Pierce
Jessica
pulling
Carr
through.
into the ring to start this thing now.
This is going to be amazing. It was at Stand and Deliver on Saturday that Stephanie Vaquer defended her NXT Women's Championship in a fatal four-way, and Io Sky defending her Women's World Championship in a triple threat match last night. And now we are getting a bragging rights match between these two. And Vaquer taking down Io Sky, who is the best of the best. Is it the Genius of the Sky or is it La Primera? Both have their claim to fame. Both world-traveled, world-class athletes inside the squared circle. They know what it's like to be at the top of the mountain. Last year, Stephanie Vaquer was last year. Stephanie Vaquer, one of the highest sought out free agents, and would make her way to WWE. And now here she is on the Raw after WrestleMania as the NXT Women's Champion, going toe to toe with the Women's World Champion, the Genius of the Sky, Io Sky. Io Sky breaking free, attempting to break free of the grip of Vaquer. And Stephanie sending Io Sky, but Io Sky holds on. La Primera said she wants to come out. She wants to play. And now these two are on the playground. And it's an all-out brawl. As Io Sky looking to fly with a suicide dive, taking out Vaquer on the outside on the floor. Io Sky is fired up. And the Women's World Champion is reeling. A two-time world champion is Io Sky. Oh, sending Vaquer into the timekeeper's area. High cross body from Vaquer taken out. Taking out Sky. What a match between these two. And this match rolls on. It's Stephanie up at the top. Io Sky making a bit of a comeback as she attempts to prevent Stephanie Vaquer from making any big offense off from the top. Io meets her up there, but it's Stephanie trying to fight back. And it's been quite the fight between these two. Io Sky celebrating retaining the Women's World Championship in what she said is the biggest night of her career. And to meet her would be La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, who wanted to fight, who wanted to wrestle the best of the best. And that's what she's getting. Io Sky, the genius of the sky, who defeated two of the very best that this industry has to offer in Bianca Belair and Rhea Bloody Ripley. And it was Io who slid through the second rope and nailed Stephanie with a forearm. Io heading up to the top, and a missile drop kick takes out Vaquer. And the genius of the sky, her IQ is going up, and she's bringing the fight to Stephanie Vaquer as she measures up Vaquer in the corner. That's what she calls the bullet train, and goes for the cover. And it's Vaquer who kicks at it too. And the official of this match, Jessica Carr, counting only a 2 on that pinfall. It seems that Io Sky is looking for the final shot, looking for the final blow to close this one out. She's looking to go over. And not just over the moonsault, but nobody home, even though Io able to land on her feet. That can do a lot of damage on your knees. It does a lot, puts a lot of pressure. And Stephanie Vaquer going to take advantage of that with a dragon screw to the knee. And now it's Vaquer with repaying the favor. Some bullet train action from Stephanie Vaquer, at least her own iteration of it. Look at the way that knee hyperextended on that dragon screw by Stephanie Vaquer to Io Sky. Stephanie Vaquer can be absolutely devious inside the ring. Looking for the SVD, but Io Sky countered. Io Sky rolling through, and a double stomp to the chest of La Primera. And for the win, but Vaquer kicks at it too. Talk about knocking the wind out of you. Io Sky stomping on the chest and the midsection. It'll surely squeeze all the air that is all there. And deservedly so are the "This is awesome" chants from the WWE Universe. And it's Vaquer with a backdrop suplex to Io Sky. And here it comes. And Stephanie Vaquer taking out Io Sky. But Io Sky kicking at it too. Stephanie Vaquer thought she had it right there. But Io Sky is still fighting. Io Sky is not throwing in the towel. And you heard it. They want it one more time. But she's calling for the SVD. But Io counters. Sunset flip. Vaquer. Oh, wow. Look at that counter. Oh, and it's Io who kicks at it too. What a beautiful counter. that Hurricane Rana into a cover immediately by Vaquer. That just shows how much strength, how much control you have over the force in which your body moves. That's incredible. What a backbreaker, though, by Io Sky. And Vaquer could be out. But another near fall by Vaquer. And La Primera stays alive. And Io Sky measuring up. Vaquer and back elbows from Vaquer, but it's Io Sky who meets Vaquer, but Vaquer meets Sky on the other side. But Io ducks. And now Io with a German suplex, taking out Vaquer. Can she fully capitalize on the opportunity? Stephanie Vaquer now with a German suplex, taking out Io Sky. And now both superstars are down and out. And what an ovation for the work that the NXT Women's Champion and Women's World Champion have put in to truly show who is the better superstar, who is the better professional wrestler. It is absolutely electric here at the T-Mobile Arena for what has been an outstanding match for glory between Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer. Neither title is on the line, but pride is bigger than any title you could ever have. Saying that you've beaten the very best. Oh! Both women are down after that Spanish fly. We've gotten two awesome. This is awesome chance for this one match. And multiple standing ovations. Absolutely incredible. Io Sky is doing everything she can to use the ropes to pull herself back up to her feet. And Io Sky does. And Io Sky measuring up the core. Who is that? That's Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez just ruined this absolute masterpiece of a match. This has been an incredible match. And now it's Julia who's here as well. And it's Julia. And what is this all about? Julia attacking Io Sky and Roxanne Perez attacking Stephanie Vaquer. Oh no, look who's here. Rhea Ripley is here, the Eradicator. Just manhandling Perez, who does everything to squirm out of the way, but gets caught with a headbutt. Uh-oh, Julia, I don't know if you want to get involved with this. Got a nice shiner on that left eye. It was at this moment that she knew she messed up. But this is a match that we have to look forward to at some point down the line between two international superstars. It'll have to wait for another day. But it's truly a shame, though, that Roxanne ruined an incredible match we had the pleasure of getting to enjoy between Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer up until that point of Roxanne Perez getting involved. And it's Rhea Ripley who stares down at Io Sky. Rhea Ripley holding on to that Women's World Championship that she just picked up. And she hands it over to Io Sky. What a great show of respect, but not letting go of it. She wants it back. Rhea Ripley's going to come back for it. And Io better be ready for when Rhea Ripley does. That had to be something. I'm coming for that championship. And who knows when that may be. But when it happens, it will surely steal the show. But nonetheless, Io Sky is on top of the world now as the Women's World Champion. If I were CM Punk must be furious after Paul Heyman screwing CM Punk and double crossing him in the main event on night 1. But coming up next is a celebration for the new World Heavyweight Champion, the new World Heavyweight Champion. Main event, Jey Uso's coming up live on Raw on Netflix. This is a nice video package for Jay. When it seemed like the odds were stacked against main event Jey Uso against Gunther, he overcame the odds. He wouldn't take no for an answer. Jey Uso with an incredible entrance at WrestleMania, with all 61,000 plus fans yeeting along with him. He had the world on his side. Jey Uso would realize the dream and become the World Heavyweight Champion. The World Heavyweight Champion himself, main event Jey Uso. Winning his first world title on Saturday at WrestleMania. He won it via submission. I think that may have been the first time we've ever seen Jey use a submission hold to get a victory in such a way. And to do it on Gunther is absolutely astonishing. That kid's never going to forget the moment that Jey just gave him, inviting him to stand next to him to yeet with him. And when it felt like nobody was giving Jey Uso a chance, Jey took the ball, he rolled with it, and he won the world championship, beating all the odds. You gotta wonder, with Gunther being in the Whispers somewhere in Las Vegas, what's next for Jey? Jey's enemy, as I mentioned earlier, Jey is enemy number one, public enemy number one. Everybody's going to be gunning after him in that World Heavyweight Championship. Jey is about to have the biggest target on his back that he's ever had in his career, besides when he was a part of the Bloodline and everybody was targeting the Bloodline as a cohesive unit. But as a singles competitor, Jey Uso, we now have a champion who brings excitement, who actually has a smile on his face. Because our other champion doesn't quite have that, and the previous holder of said world title didn't have that one either. Yeet, 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 yeet. And it's a yeet celebration here at the T-Mobile Arena in the Sin City. A Sin City celebration for main event Jey Uso. Yeet. Yacht. Jey has had quite a long weekend. But it's time for a little bit more. They're going to re-roll it. Jey Uso is as over as it gets. Everybody, not a soul, not yeeting in that encore. Sometimes you got to cheat a little bit and sneak in an extra yeet or two.
I said, the World Heavyweight Champion is now in your city. Yeah. I'm here. I'm here now. I've been wanted it since I was a kid. I'm here now. Long, hard road though. Road wasn't easy. Man, WrestleMania, I gave it all I had to beat Gunther. And I made him tap.
He tapped
Hey, but I want to be the first one to let y'all know, though. All right, I'm very grateful, and I'm so happy I finally got this on my shoulder. So I'm going to show up every week, every day, put the work in like I always have. And if y'all are excited to have Jey Uso as the World Heavyweight Champ, then damn it, let me hear you say, yeet!
Oh!
Maybe somebody else coming out here to eat a little bit.
It's been a little bit since we've seen Sami Zayn.
Great performance at the roast of WrestleMania by Sami Zayn.
Oh, I'm totally just gonna get copyrighted. That just played the entire theme to the ring. Oof.
Man. That's you. Man, I got so much I want to say. I don't even know where to begin. I want to let you know, first of all, not being here the last, I don't know what it was, 8 weeks. Not being here while you were going through everything you were going through with Gunther. I want you to know how hard that was on me, all right? I wish I could have been there, and I wasn't. That was hard on me. And if I'm being totally honest, missing WrestleMania this year, that was very hard on me. All right, you and me, we're not that different, Oos. We're game day players. You and me, we don't do well on the sidelines. So that was hard. And if I'm being honest, I almost didn't come to Las Vegas at all. But I had to. I had to, because I had to make sure that I was the first one to stand in this ring across from you. Look you in the eye, man to man, with that championship on your shoulder, and tell you how proud I am of you. You're my brother, you're my dog, you're my Oos. I love you, I am proud of you, and you deserve that. I know it, you know it, and every single person in this arena knows that you deserve that. And look, it's the Raw after WrestleMania. I don't want to get all sentimental. That's not what this is all about. This is Raw after Mania. We are here to celebrate. So hit his music.
It's a party in Las Vegas. Jey Uso, the brand new World Heavyweight Champion, celebrating with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn wanted to be the first to congratulate Jey Uso in the ring on his win. These two have been together. They've been apart. They've had their differences. But these two have been through it all, and they faced it all. And Sami Zayn, you can see how much Sami Zayn is proud of Jey. But the celebration isn't over. The Yeet-obration is not over. Big Jim, the twin brother of Jey, is in the house. Jimmy was the first one to celebrate with Jey when Jey won the world title. And there it is, a triple celebration. I don't know how anybody could not be happy for Jey Uso, a man who's worked his whole career as a tag team wrestler to overcome the odds of being a twin and stand out and become a world champion, become the world heavyweight champion. Congratulations to main event Jey Uso. What a big celebration for Jey. Been quite the party all weekend long since Jey Uso won the world title on Saturday to open up the show. Jey Uso is world heavyweight champion. This is good for Jey. This is good for the WWE Universe. A man that is well respected. Well, the Raw after WrestleMania has absolutely been insane. And tomorrow you can catch the Raw recap brought to you by Fanatics on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. That is at WWE, hosted by Sam Roberts and Megan Morant. And WWE Raw presented by Snickers. Snickers satisfies. And the guy himself, Metro Boomin, is in the house. 3-time Grammy nominated platinum recording artist. Shout out to the Las Vegas Aces, Chelsea Gray and Kaya Stokes in the house. And Chase Briscoe from Full Speed, new season starting May 7th. And when we get to Full Speed, Logan Paul, who has been skyrocketed and just getting it so as quick as he has with WWE.
At WrestleMania. Where are you at with what happened last night?
Not gonna lie, Jackie, it's a hard pill to swallow. But, you know, Logan Paul plays his games and he gets his little lackeys involved, and maybe I was prepared for that, but the truth is, I'm taking that L. But that's okay, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna be okay. But that's the thing. Part of being phenomenal is being able to bounce back. Do what you...
Bounce back? Is that what I heard? There ain't no bouncing back from getting pinned by Logan Paul 1, 2, 3. You are literally the best of us, which makes it so much more painful because now that you've lost to him, you've legitimized him.
Really? Really? You just said it. I'm the best of you? You want me to go back a year ago and be that guy? I don't know why you want to seem so badly. Because I hated the person I saw in the mirror. And I'm never going back. You don't understand. Had I taken those brass knucks and I hit Logan Paul and pinned him in the middle of the ring, it would have meant nothing. You want to be angry at the world? Great, fine. Don't take me down with you. In fact, go solve that problem yourself.
Maybe I will.
Karrion Kross is just nothing but anger. And coming to Netflix this summer is WWE Unreal. This is where we take a look behind the scenes to the writer's room. And you're going to get a really behind the scenes look at your favorite WWE superstars. WWE Unreal, where everything becomes real. Let's get a look at this. Talk about something that people feel is unreal. Dominic Mysterio winning the Intercontinental Championship. But coming up next, Dominic Mysterio will defend against Penta. Penta has another opportunity to win the Intercontinental Championship. It's Penta, it's Dirty Dom, and it's coming up next live on Netflix. Gunther upset and just taking it out. He just pushed. Oh my God. Oh my God. Pat McAfee fighting back. Oh, but Gunther down from behind on McAfee. Gunther has absolutely snapped. Pat McAfee's face is turning purple. Gunther laying out Pat McAfee with a sleeper. McAfee was just protecting Michael Cole from the ring general. Gunther has just gone to a whole new level of ballistic after tapping out to Jey Uso at WrestleMania. McAfee not looking too good right now at all. Oh my. This is what just happened moments ago. Gunther put his hands first on Michael Cole. This is what just took place. And then Pat McAfee would stand up to Gunther. And then Pat McAfee would be attacked. He'd try to turn around and, he'd try to just, back Gunther off. But Gunther would not stand down. And as he put Pat McAfee to sleep, he wanted to send an absolute message, get his frustration out of his system. This is extremely unacceptable and unprofessional. Trying to get everything now settled. Stand up for yourself. That's right. We just saw what happened. And Michael Cole making his way back to the announce table. He says he's good to continue. We are still moments away, nonetheless, from the Intercontinental title match. Last night, Dirty Dominic Mysterio won the Fatal Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-Way, defeating his fellow Judgment Day brother, Finn Balor. That's who he pinned. But also in that match is his opponent tonight, Penta. And the former Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker. You gotta wonder what's next for the unpredictable badass after losing the title last night. Morgan & Morgan, the official law firm partner of WWE. We're going to get an update on Pat as soon as we possibly can. And here comes Penta. Penta, who was close to winning the Intercontinental Championship last night, fell short. But now he has another opportunity to do so tonight against Dirty Dominic Mysterio, the new Intercontinental Champion. And it's interesting, this match, because there is that layer of what transpired last night, but there's also that part of the Judgment Day that tried to recruit Penta into the group. They wanted Penta. Penta was the hottest acquisition at the time. Penta, extremely skilled, extremely talented, has made huge waves since debuting on Monday Night Raw. But when the Judgment Day was looking for a new member, they were looking at Penta. And who better, really? Penta fits that mold of being the guy that can do it all. A really great addition it could have been, but that is not how Penta lives by. Penta lives by his own rules. Penta is not going to go around playing dirty tricks and play as a bully. And the official, Eddie Orengo, was holding back Penta from Dirty Dom. And now it's Eddie Orengo, the official, who holds up that Intercontinental Championship. That's what this match is all about. But, you know, you got to give props where props is due. Dominic Mysterio hasn't always done things the right way. But nonetheless, Dominic Mysterio did, in fact, win the Intercontinental Championship. You can't really say he backstabbed Finn Balor, because it was a match that was every man for themselves. And a win is a win for the Judgment Day, whichever member won the Intercontinental Championship. It almost wasn't a member of the Judgment Day, but instead, Dominic Mysterio looking to make sure, even though it had seemed that it was all Balor after that coup de grace. It's Penta has a really great win-loss record. Has a lot of momentum since coming into the WWE. So things could look very well for Penta in terms of his one-on-one win-loss record. But Dominic Mysterio, who rolled back into the ring, nailed Penta with a drop kick, taking down the masked luchador down. Finn Balor was looking to capitalize, but the official scouted it. And Dirty Dom went to fly, but it's Penta who came back with a kick, nailing Dirty Dom as Penta heads up to the top. And a high cross body takes down the champion. And Penta now looking to fly, this time looking to connect. Up and over, Tope con Hilo. And just under 24 hours since a new Intercontinental Champion was crowned, it's Penta, it's Dominic. This match continues. Back here on Monday Night Raw, it is for the Intercontinental Championship. Penta looking to capture his first singles championship and his first championship here in the WWE as he takes on Dominic Mysterio, who won the big fatal four-way match last night at WrestleMania Sunday to win his first singles championship on the main roster. The Intercontinental Championship is a title that's been held by some of the all-time greats. And a fun fact, Dominic, despite not... Oh, great counter by Dominic. And a kick out by Penta. As I was saying before that great counter by Dominic, despite not liking his father, not wanting to associate with him in any way, he and his father actually have an interesting fact about them at WrestleMania, both having won the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. The first father-son duo to do so. Meanwhile, Dominic Mysterio goes after Penta after that tornado DDT, but not quite enough to keep Penta down for the 3. And it's Dominic Mysterio who heads up to the top. This is... Oh, it seemed that Dominic Mysterio was looking for that frog splash. And Penta met Dominic there with an enziguri to block it. Dominic tried to send Penta to the floor, but Penta landing on the apron, showing great agility. Look at this Hurricane Rana by Penta. Beautiful. And now Penta calling a shot with a Mexican Destroyer. A huge game changer for Penta. But Dominic, why, oh so wise, is the young Dominic Mysterio, who rolls to the outside onto the floor right after that huge Mexican Destroyer. And Finn Balor got sent in a dirty dom by Penta. Penta with a Hurricane Rana to Balor. It seemed that Balor was trying to do some sort of encouragement to Dom, but whatever it was, it didn't quite work out in Finn Balor nor Dominic Mysterio's favor. Meanwhile, it's Penta who heads up to the top. That's JD McDonough. We haven't seen JD McDonough in quite some time. And a 619. And a frog splash. And a successful first title defense for Dirty Dom. Look who's back. JD McDonough after a serious injury. Always having a trick up his sleeve. And it would be JD McDonough who would just come out of nowhere. Dominic Mysterio would capitalize with a 619 and follow it up with a frog splash. That was a picture-perfect frog splash for the 1, 2, and 3. And Dominic Mysterio is still your Intercontinental Champion. This is weird. Look who's at the stage. Finn Balor almost feels like he's left out of the group. Finn Balor even looks shocked at what's going on. But JD McDonough's happy. Finn Balor should be happy too. And it seemed that Phoenix was out cold. El Grande Americano getting the victory over Ray Phoenix. Did I say Penta by accident? Ray Phoenix nearly knocked out, if not knocked out, cold. These two men created an absolute jaw-dropping, a moment that shocked the entire world as Seth Rollins has become the new Paul Heyman guy. We're going to see those two coming up next. There's a lot that's just gone on with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, and it's crazy to think. Things that were said earlier on the Pat McAfee show by Paul Heyman, just absolutely disgraceful. What Paul Heyman did 2 nights ago. And it's crazy to think that Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins are united. I never thought in any lifetime that this would ever happen. You gotta wonder how long this has been going. This has been in the plans. And whose idea was it? Seth Rollins winning the historic triple threat match that took place this past Saturday on night one of WrestleMania 41 in the main event. Well, there's that chant. Can't say it's not unwarranted for Paul.
I am a visionary. I took a wise man from Roman Reigns. I stole CM Punk's best friend. I am the winner of the main event of WrestleMania. I am.
Oh!
Oh boy.
Seth Rollins couldn't even finish what he was about to say before CM Punk CM Punk tapes his fist.
Jackets off.
CM Punk is definitely looking for a fight.
Consider this man his best friend, and they stabbed him in the back.
Oh my.
That right hand is wrapped for damage.
That right hand is wrapped. Punk is ready for a fight. And here they go. Rollins, Punk going at it after what transpired on Saturday in the main event.
Just beating down Rollins into the corner.
Punk stomping away on Seth Rollins.
CM Punk.
Uh-oh, and now CM Punk turns his attention to Paul Heyman.
You better roll out of that ring, Paul.
I would run as fast as you can. Oh, and it's Rollins that comes from behind to save Paul.
Oh, the distraction by Heyman. Oh, no.
Oh, and a curb stomp to Punk from Rollins. It's like Rollins has been rejuvenated. Rollins has been reborn.
Well, Heyman paid some dividends there, distracting Punk to allow Rollins to
Heyman
stomp.
distracting Punk so that Rollins could attack from behind.
We are going to conclude the weekend of WrestleMania 41 by propelling the news all the way to WrestleMania 42. There is a new reigning, defending, undisputed number one top star in this entire industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Seth freaking Rollins.
He declares him a number
And there
one
you have it.
star.
Seth Rollins being declared. Oh!
Chief is here too.
But the tribal chief is here. Oh, there he is. There is Roman Reigns, who was backstabbed. And here comes Roman Reigns. What a spear to Rollins. And now Paul is all alone. And a Superman punch to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman didn't make the wisest decision for being a wise man. No way. Roman Reigns is going to spear Paul. Oh, who is that? That's Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker just went after Roman Reigns. And Breaker just took out Punk with a spear. Oh boy. This alliance that Paul Heyman has just created is dangerous. And the thing is, Braun Breaker isn't done. Oh, but Roman Reigns fights back. But, oh no. 23 miles an hour, spearing Roman Reigns through the barricade. This is what the future looks like. Paul Heyman always finding new ways to change the game, bringing Braun Breaker as a new Paul Heyman guy. And here comes Seth Rollins with another stomp to Punk. Roman is taking multiple spears, being held up by Braun Breaker. Rollins saying the future of this business runs through me. And Rollins with a stomp to Roman. And Braun Breaker has officially been blessed as a Paul Heyman guy. This is 48 hours after shocking the world. The wise man shocks the world again, bringing Braun Breaker as the next Paul Heyman guy. All right, everybody. That was just another shocker to end. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I will see you live on Wednesday for my birthday stream. Early in the afternoon. Have a good night, everybody.